What happens in life when you put your foot down and decide to make some positive changes in your life? And all of a sudden, there's a momentum shift. What do you do next? Let's talk about it. Welcome to none other than American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I am Dawn, your host, aka J&J Video Reacts. And this is a stream that's been created for you guys that are traders to be able to come and have a place to decompress, share your thoughts, focus on coaches' strategies, right? Figure out how to get this trading thing right once and for all. If you're having questions, if you're having issues, this is the place to come after the market. Maybe you couldn't make it during your workday. That's why the aftermarket's here. Maybe you just want to vent. That's why the aftermarket's here. Maybe you have questions about some of Coach's strategies and you missed the opportunity to ask him directly. That's why the aftermarket is here. So sit back, relax, get your questions ready, get ready to be energized and motivated. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys are smashing the like button, right? We're trying to get Coach to 20,000 subscribers, gang. And we are getting there day by day, slowly but surely. Right now, we are sitting at 16,650 subs. That is awesome. That's nothing to sneeze at. Thank you for all the subscriptions. But now what we got to do is get it on up to 17K so that we can get onward and upward. So like I said down in the description of the video, or down in the live chat, go ahead, smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're looking to join American Dream Trading, just go to americandreamtrading.com and get signed up. Right now, we've got a 7-day free trial, and you can join the premium membership where you will get trained on everything that is stocks and options, right? And Coach will train you directly. How? With his live Zoom call. He does a live Zoom call every morning from 8:45 up until 11 o'clock a.m. And from 9 to 11, he's actually live here on YouTube. So if you're looking to learn how to trade and trade the right way, because he doesn't hand us fish, he teaches us how to fish. We don't chase call outs over here. We actually learn to think and move as actual traders, right? Then go ahead and get signed up. Now, if you sign up for the premium membership, not only will that include the one-on-one type style training with Coach, where he trains you, it's not about just watching him trade, right? It is also going to include the IPO Center, the hot stock picks in the morning, because quiet as it's kept, we start trading at 4 a.m. in the morning. As soon as Webull turns on their machines, so do we, right? So if you're a VIP, you have access to that same Zoom call from 4 a.m. all the way up until market close at 4 p.m. That's right, 12 straight hours of training if you are a VIP member, right? That's the next step up from the premium. But right now, we're talking about what we got the sale on, and that's a 7-day free trial for the premium. Start with the basics. Come on in for free, right? And then once you decide that this is the place that you want to be, then you'll be renewed at the regular rate of $125 a month. If you decide once you get in, hey, I'd like to explore crypto. Crypto is only $50 a month, and it also starts with a 7-day free trial, right? So join crypto. If you've heard everybody talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you want to know what those things are, Solana, what is all this crypto talk? That's the place to go learn. And tonight is Wednesday, and it is the 7:15 night for crypto. So those of you that want to go in there at 7:15. I got it twisted the other night, and tonight, and then James gonna come up here and tell me it's Thursday, right? Miss Dawn, you missed that. That was yesterday. I got you, James. Oh, I am Shang Tsung. Remember Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat? He literally, anybody he defeated in a battle, he would take their soul and he would become them. Yeah, if I get your voice, if I listen to it long enough, you are mine. You are mine. Speaking of James, let me get my co-pilot up here. Let me go ahead and put the link down in there. If you want to join the Futures, however, the Futures is a little bit of a different ball game. You got Mark McSee over there, who is one of the best future traders in the futures traders in the entire universe. And we can say that because we all know what he actually does in the course of a day in that room. So he is absolutely amazing. Mark, love your face. So glad you're back off vacation. Where the hell? Okay. So glad you're back off vacation. Hopefully you are well rested and everything's all good. Join panel here. And if you'd like to join Futures and learn how to trade that properly, then you'll be over there with Mark McSee and Ralph and Doug and the crew over there. Boom, there we go. And that renews at a regular rate of $249. Now, I know it's a little bit more expensive than the others, but that is because it includes our Trading View indicator overlay system. So you will be able to basically get in trades and have a roadmap throughout your entire trade with those indicators. They are second to none, right? All right, I think I heard my co-pilot come in, so I'm going to go ahead and let him in. We're going to get the American Dream Trading overlay off there. And booyah. Did you like my impression?
You got me, Miss Dawn. I wasn't going to go for a joke like that, but close.
Ah! It is Wednesday, right? Okay.
I was going to tell you it's Tuesday. But Thursday would have worked too.
Yep, I knew you were thinking something along there. Oh, man. So what is going on, my brother? How'd you do today?
Did good. Another, little over 4% total account.
Okay, so now you're doubling the 4% to 2%. It was 1. Then you were getting 2. Now you're getting 4.
Yeah, it tends to happen when you follow the rules.
Yep. Definitely.
Following David and tracking his entry times and, figuring out for myself why he got in, why he got out.
Well,
a little back testing.
That's what Palm was talking about in this evening's Zoom call, because a lot of people get in and, like he said, they're hobbyists. They don't eat, sleep, and breathe it, right? Like we do. Yeah. Where those of us that may not have gotten where we want to get, we're consistently chasing after it. We're consistently always listening for that nugget that one day might be our end all be all. Oh, that was it. And today, I got to tell you, I love that 21 training. Oh, it really, when I took those lines off my chart and looked at that, I'm like, oh, now that I can get with. It was a lot simpler, a lot cleaner, a lot easier for me to digest mentally, right?
Yeah.
So I loved it. And, I did some things today. I didn't do much trading today. What I focused on was taking care of some back-end issues that I had by calling some creditors and things like that and said, hey, might be running a little bit late. Can we push it back a little bit? And they were gracious enough to work that out with me. Sometimes you don't always need money to take care of things, right? So that helped my momentum. Now I can push forward with a mindset that is proper for what we need to do in this room, right? And it was a load lifted off, let me tell you, and it inspired that, coupled with Palm's lesson, inspired this momentum shift aftermarket, because the momentum has shifted. I don't always like to share when I'm going through like trials and things like that, because we aren't here for that, right? We can. And, when we get in the private Zoom call, we share some personal things that go on with us because we've become a family, right? So, but at the end of the day, it was something that needed to be done, because I always put a smile on my face and I'm always going to be up for you guys. But there was some crazy shit going on in the background. All right. And it had to be dealt with. And today I just went in with the mindset that I'm going to just communicate, and all they can do is say no. Right. So, but they didn't. Um,
That's why I said I wouldn't say we're not here for that.
yeah, yeah, but I mean, we've already had enough with other members, if you know what I mean, where I'm
Right.
going with that. So yeah, I didn't feel like I needed to burden the group with my issues, right? The issue was getting handled in the moment that needed to be handled. And I'm so happy for that member. That is absolutely wonderful. Um, but yeah, so I'm happy camper. I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I can breathe now and I'm ready to move forward. But I'm also at a point where, and this may also be going on with some of you, where I am ready to just hunker down. And I've already hunkered down. I can't hunker down any more than I'm hunkered. And just really, really knock this out of the park, right? And a lot of times you can't do it when you're behind the eight ball, even though you try. And you try not to use it for income and stuff like that. And then when you do, because you've done that, you end up putting yourself in a worse position than when you started. And I've done that a couple of times now, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, I get overzealous, I think, James. I think I've got it, and then I'll do some stupid stuff too big, too fast, or something like that once again, and you get hit on the head. So now that I don't absolutely need to be doing that to make money, I can go back to what I did a few months back when I was on track before I jumped in futures and drank the damn Kool-Aid that put me in the hole.
So say you're talking to the captain of that ship.
Right.
I'm
Remember them
the one
wire
that'll go 2
transfers I
weeks and
told
then
you
give it
about?
all back in one day.
Yeah, dude, remember them wire transfers I told you I kept doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that set me back a little bit. So, but, and that's why I've kind of been staying back from futures because, I have to pull a David on this one, man. I don't know that a cash account isn't the thing for me right now because that constantly being able to go in, and this is what I mean by momentum shift, right? A lot of times that momentum shift has to happen up here, and you need to get some things off and unload so that you can move forward, right? And I looked at Apple today. I wanted to trade it, and I did. I did a small trade in it. I went in a little too early, but I didn't get beat up. I made like $20 on the trade. As when Apple had the upward momentum, I was in that from the time that it started because I was in it a little bit too early. But with the news that went on with Apple today, I had faith, and call it a bias if you want, that Apple was going to go to the upside. I was ready to pull out, with a couple of dollar loss if it didn't, right? If it kept going down. I only had one contract, so it would have only gone down by like a couple of bucks, enough for me to know, okay, this is to the downside, and I would have gotten that, and I would have only lost, what, $2-3? But it went up. It did finally gain that upward momentum, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, it didn't make sense that with a day where they released news and new toys and all of that it wouldn't have an uptrend at some point, right? So
Yeah, but that is playing a bias.
it is. It really is. I totally own that. And I was on it though. I was like, that just is something that it doesn't make sense for it not to happen. However, it was playing a bias, but it was being prepared for the unexpected, right?
Right.
So you don't go in with, if you, because let's keep it real. We all have biases. We all go in, we hear some news, and we think, oh man, that's gonna tank Tesla, or that's gonna tank this, or shoot that to the moon. We all do it, right? And coaches even said it. Oh, this, when things don't do it, he's like, okay, that makes no sense if this is going that way when this is going on, right? So we all do it. But if you sit there and belligerently sit in a trade, even though it is, like Palm says, telling you it's going somewhere else, that's stupid, right? That's just plain stupid. I've been there. Don't do that. Be ready to rip the Band-Aid off. And I mean, don't sit in and rip the Band-Aid off after you've lost $200. Rip it off after a couple of bucks, period. Just don't sit in that too long, right? But if you're ready for that, right? But it chopped for a little bit and then it started climbing. So I'm like, okay, wonderful. I was up about $50, right? And then it started chopping and then it started dipping. So I got out with a $20 gain on it. And I said, okay, all right, I'm green. I'll take it. Wasn't huge, but I wasn't in it for huge. I was in it for a green trade just to get something out of that upwards momentum. So that coupled with, the successful phone calls that I had to make today, Palm's lesson at the end of the day, there's a momentum shift going on.
Good day.
And yeah, it really is, man. It really is. And this goes back to what we were talking about the other day, is putting the past behind you and going into the next day with a new mindset, and that is spiraling. That attitude is spiraling and it's helping me to get things done. So now I'm excited for tomorrow, right? Because I'm going to jump right straight into paper trading. I'm not using real money. I want to test this theory. I want to go play with the 21, right? And see how I use it, how I trade with it, get to know it, right? And see what happens. So that is my action step with this momentum shift. So I'm gonna.
And you journaled that, I'm sure.
Oh, I did. I had to. Well, that's been helping me a lot lately. I mean, I admit I've been pig-headed with the journaling, but ever since I've been journaling, it has really, really helped. It really helped. I actually journal like talking to Claude because they have transcripts. So
Right.
I tell him all my trades and everything that I'm doing, and he kind of talks me through stuff. So that I use that as my journal
There you go. Well,
because I
with
can
your
always go back
eyesight,
and
that's actually pretty smart.
yeah, I can always go back and talk to him and look at it all over again, and so it's pretty cool. I like doing it that way.
Yeah, I know. I started out in the pre-market, played coot a few times.
Uh-huh.
Kind of, I made some profit there. Kind of burned through a lot of my buying power. So yeah, I got two calls on Apple, but I faced my own challenge because starting about 9:46, there were three different places that I wanted to get in,
Mm-hmm.
but it was early.
Talking about Apple?
Apple, yeah,
Okay.
and just two contracts, and then and I was like, no, not yet, no, not yet, no. I mean, now it would have worked out today, but I didn't know that at 9:46 this morning.
It's funny because I was looking at the Apple chat too, and I saw David telling somebody what would have been your reason for getting in at that time.
Yeah.
Somebody, I don't know if he's talking to you or somebody else, but somebody was I guess saying that they got in while it
Yeah,
was
well,
chopping.
somebody got in and it pulled back against them immediately. They didn't wait on the hold.
Yep, and they went in with a bias. I take it, right?
Yeah, but I did. I started with two, and then the first good candle up, I sold one, collected my profit, and let the other one ride. And then I got stopped out when I reset my stop, but I wasn't thinking about the splitting the difference between the current price and your buy price, your premium price. I set it at what seemed like a good round number, and it pulled 4 cents past my stop and then took off.
Oh wow.
But hey, I'm still green for the day.
There you go.
We'll just
That's all
go
that
again tomorrow.
matters. So this is the beginning of the day. This is pre-market over here, right? So this is the beginning of the day. And this is where people probably were going through issues with Apple, right? Trying to jump in and all right, it's going to the downside. All right. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh. Because I know I went through it. I got in it. What time did I get in that?
Yeah, I'll admit I was, a little on the biased. I was looking at it to go up, it's like you said, with the
Yep.
news coming out. But it had a run up in the pre-market. So what do we expect at the open?
We expected usually to drop, which it did, but it damn sure didn't stay there.
Nope. Nope. And then when it come back up and it went through all the indicators, and then that large seller's candle. Now I'm looking on the 2 minute at 9:42 with that large red candle with the seller's wick at the top.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. When it pulled back, when it didn't break and hold under the 9,
Yep.
next candle was the first entry I was looking at. And then at 9:46, I was looking at an entry again. And then 9:50, I was looking at an entry again because it was respecting the 9.
This is 9:50 right here.
Market channel up there. So I actually waited for it to break and hold that channel.
Oh, wow. You see what I see?
Yeah, VWAP in the 21.
Yeah. Because here's what I did. I got in on at 9:31 with my bias to the upside, even though this happened. When I saw this, I waited. I didn't do jack, right? Then I saw this and I'm like, okay, I knew it. Because I wasn't faked out by this. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess they're not happy. But then when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I thought so. And I jumped in it right here. And I was a happy camper through all of this. But then I'm like, oh, snap, through all of this. But then happy camper, right? But look at it.
Yeah.
It stayed above it.
Yeah.
The entire time. Until it got to where it consolidated. Dude, he is so right. Look at that. Because you would have, if you had been watching this, you would have seen that it was way above that if you're starting to use that. And as long as it's not breaking below it, you were good to the upside. Anybody else seeing that? And then once it started consolidating and then it broke below, didn't stay down there for long, but see all of this consolidation. But look what happened once it broke below. That's a nice little scalp right there. And it's under VWAP. Dude, I'm excited about this strategy. I'm excited about this strategy. All right. Okay. So for those of you who want to know what we're talking about, if you've already been a member of the group and you already know and you're already a member, then fantastic. It was a nugget. I'm telling you, it was a nugget. It's a momentum shifter. But if you're not a member of the group and you want to learn how to trade the right way, because trading, let's be honest, trading is not gambling. Trading can be gambling if you are just basically jumping onto something that you think you know, and you're just, going for the gusto and throwing your money at the market without any type of roadmap. But in this group, you learn how to actually trade the right way and use indicators and things on your chart to be able to help you determine the probability of where the stock is going, right? So with that being said, we're talking about momentum shift tonight. But before I get into that, let's not be rude, James. Anything going on down in the chat? I didn't say hi to everybody. Hi, Ari. Hey, gang. Darn Cricket is down there. That darn Cricket is there again. Chad H, what is going on, my brother? Darn Cricket said, hey there, Dawn. Hey. Hey, Chad. Hopefully you had a nice green day. F2, what's up? Fire. F stands for fire. Did you hear him this morning coming at me?
Yeah, well, you started it.
Coming at me all hot. I didn't start anything. I said that Jacob Dylan kind of sounded like Bob Dylan a little bit. It is his dad, okay?
Still.
I mean, I didn't say it was a carbon copy, man. I said he just kind of sounded like him in certain sections of one headlight. And F2 comes, he don't sound like.
Yeah, but that's like my wife telling me if she's had a few drinks and squints real hard, I look like Brad Pitt.
It's not that much of a difference. Don't even try that shit. No. There is some semblance of that. You and Brad, you're doing a night and day comparison. I'm talking about oranges and nectarines here. Oranges and clementines, right? No, not the same thing, but similar. You and Brad, don't even go there. Chad H. I had a damn meeting at work and I missed Palm sharing his nuggets of wisdom. Can't wait for that to come out on video. Yes, and I believe Bruno recorded it too. So that's going to be a good one. If I end up doing one of the gold breakouts, we can revisit it. Maybe I'll ask him if he's not doing anything to pop in there and go over it again in the gold breakout, because that was juicy. That was juicy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Juicy. Voila! So, Flo, hi, everyone. Loving the aftermarket. Thanks. Love you. Thank you for being here. All right. So let's see. Everybody do me a huge favor. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go back up. Ken C is in here. Hey, Ken. Sorry about that. Jeffrey. You said Callie?
Yeah, Miss Callie's here.
Hey, Callie.
Bucko.
Happy D. Oh, yeah, I didn't scroll up enough. Them darn scrollers. Bucko, what up, brother? Bucko's got the class tonight, gang.
Bucko just wants to make sure you get the day right. He's going to be sitting in there with a crypto class of 0.
Bucko, I haven't been eating grapes lately. That was the problem. So I'm getting back into my grapes real soon here. Izzy, what's going on, Izzy E? Izzy E, Callie Deaton, I see Callie. Marlena, hi, honey.
One of the great tokens just to have one in my portfolio.
What happened?
The token that Bucko made?
Yeah.
I think I may go buy one just to have one in my portfolio.
Which token was that, James?
The Dawn of Grapes.
Oh, man. Hey, Marlena. You hear him up here? Crazy. Drewski. Farah, hi, honey. How art thou? Get me up there. Get you up where? Up here? You can come on up here, honey. Hold on. Let me put the link down there again for you.
I just did.
You did? Okay, cool. Thank you. See, I love him, man.
Did a copy and paste. Let's see if that works. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Okay, let me know. All right, let's go on to our next slide, gang, because we got the momentum shifter here tonight. All right, the stuck place, right? We've talked about this, and I know Robin and a couple of us have had some challenges. I hear her. I heard the doorbell. Hold on. Coming, Cal.
Well, and that's, the stuck place. I think that's like you said earlier, being, stuck behind the 8 ball or, backed into a corner. You're putting the pressure of bills and life and everything else on yourself. Even if you're, trying to make a conscious decision to not swing for the fences, it's in the back of your mind.
Yep.
Because that one good trade could get you out of the hole. And 99% of the time, it's going to burn.
Yes.
It's going to done that.
Absolutely. And you know something?
I've been down $200 and thought to myself, literally thought to myself and said out loud, I'm not taking this loss.
Yeah.
And then end up, well, it looks like it ain't coming back another $200 later. So, taking more than a $400 loss when I could have got out at $200, I could have got out at a $10 loss. But no, I'm not taking that loss. I need the money. I got shit to pay. It doesn't work out.
Really doesn't.
We get that opium going on.
You know, we see that it does work. We see that it works for others. We see what happens when we do it right and it works and we have good days. And I think that when the consistency isn't there, you ignore all of that and you just keep shooting for the fences instead of the consistency. You know, you keep, once again, it boils down to focusing on profits and money instead of the actual trading. And I said this to Christina months ago, when I had my head screwed on straight, damn, I lost my thought. The thing that you go through, the thing that you go through when you're using it for income. And the only reason I ended up using it for income again was because I got myself in trouble after doing the futures stint, right? And that's probably why Richard dipped out, because it is slightly, I'm a fighter, man. I keep going after something until I get it. That's why I'm still here. That's why I keep still doing dumb shit sometimes, because, you know, I feel like, you know, well, I got it. I know how to do it. And I get good entries. But then once again, you know, it's not getting in and getting green. That's the problem. It's staying in losing trades because of what you just said. I'm not going to take that loss. The next thing, 50 turns into 100. Then 100 turns into 150. You get out. Then you think you get in again, and the same thing happens. So it's like, then it turns into 300. So it's the whole mentality of, damn it, I'm going to make this work. But again, when you're behind the eight ball, your mind is not right. You're in that stuck place, right? And you're between a rock and a hard place, and you're trying to still get it done. And you don't want to burden others. So you're like, I'm going to get this done. And you end up digging yourself deeper. You know, it never works when you focus on the money. It never does. Coach beats that in our heads. And I can't tell you enough that it does not work. For the gazillionth time, it never works. You have got to put a small amount. Palm talked about how he has a $4 account he started, and now it's up to like $220 just from doing a few hot stock picks, and then graduating to options when the account was large enough where he could get one contract of something. Right? That is, anybody can do that. Anybody in here can do that. Okay, $4. So anybody in here can do that. You get up, get in the morning, in there with Doug, and then me at 6, and Maria's in there, Mark's in there, you know, James is in there. He can answer questions, right? You can get in there and you can learn how to get in, get green, and get out by scalping real quick. And the stocks in there only $1 to $5. Sometimes they're above that, $10, $15. Sometimes they're under $1. Got to get 100 shares, but that's the place to actually learn. And now it requires you getting up at the crack of dawn, like 4 o'clock in the morning. But like, look, how much are you willing to suffer? Getting up at 4 to learn a skill like that is worth it. If you can work your schedule around your children or whatever you have to do it, right? Because I know life happens and you can't always do it. But if you can get in there, it's worth it, because that is all we are in there teaching, right? I think somebody else tried to come in. Hold on. Oh, nope. So the stuck place, we've all been there, right? Overwhelmed and avoiding spinning our wheels, right? So
yeah, Kelly said she started with $174, got up to $2,000, then back down, now working her way back.
Sweet. Well, you got up to 2,000 and took it out. Or lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Callie reminds me and Callie, man. You know, Callie gets it. She knows how to do this thing. She makes money all the time, but then sometimes things happen and it gets the best of you, and you end up losing it. Look what happened to Izzy. Izzy was just talking about that. I've been through it lately, right? So there's some of us that are that car won't quite turn over just yet, right? And we're taking in everything that we can to try to change the momentum, and we will change it. Why? Because we've got stickability, because we've got persistence, because we are still freaking here and haven't gone anywhere, right? So we are resilient. We've proven that. See, the dog agrees with me. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Okay, so the moment when something clicks and you take one action instead of avoiding, right? Like today, this morning, saying, okay, damn it, I'm going to pull myself out of this. If I can't do it with money, I can do it with my mouth, damn it. I'm going to call these people and say, hey, look, I ain't got it right now, but you'll get it, right? Just work with me. Let's push these dates around, right? If you don't try, it will never happen. That's just like Palm said this afternoon, and Maria and I and all of us were saying, if you don't ask when you're struggling, then how are you going to get the help? How are you going to move forward? If you still keep beating your head, even if you come up here and you don't even have to get on the panel, even if you just get transparent in the chat or in the Zoom call and say, hey, look, I'm bugging out. Excuse my French. Okay. I'm screwing up. And I didn't want to admit it. But yeah, I need to talk to somebody because my head is not right, right? And I need some help. How did you get through it? What helped you? Where's my next steps that I need to take to turn this around? This is what I've done. I need to get out of this, right? And we will help you, especially those of us that have been there. James has been there. Look how he's turning himself around. F2's been there. I'm still turning myself around, right? But I can help you with the resilience because I deal with that on a daily freaking basis, right?
Well, I don't make no promises. I'll do what I can, but I do still have a lawnmower, so.
You're already a diamond though, right?
$20 is $20.
Oh man.
That was for you, Sergio.
Okay, so here's what happens. One win creates confidence for the next action. You got to take some action. Like my confidence is so high now because I feel like weight has been lifted off of my shoulder. Now I'm ready to move forward with whatever I got to do to focus on doing this the right way again, like I was 6-8 months ago before I got myself in the hole, right? So now I'm like, okay, let's start over again. This time, stay on freaking track, right? Stay on track. You gotta be your discipline person, right? You gotta flip over and flip the script and be that person that has that discipline in there. And I know you got it because you're here every day. I see a lot of you here every day. So I know you're committed. I see you in the Zoom call every freaking day. So I know you're committed. Even some of you have jobs and you're doing it. So you're committed. You see that goal. You see that light at the end of the tunnel. You see people that are walking around in financial freedom and you see what that looks like and you want it for yourself. You're in the right place to get it. So you got to stay the course and you got to stop doing dumb crap and follow the rules because that's what they did, right? Tried it, did it for a while, didn't work, try it again. Edison, I keep saying it. He tried to get the light bulb done a gazillion times, right? You're going to stumble, you're going to fall. We're human. Coach says it all the time, but get back on the horse. You know the rules. We play them every night. Coach says them every day. At some point, you will follow them, right? When you are at rock bottom. So move to the next step. The snowball effect. Instead of the snowball effect giving you the curveball and going the other way, let's get it going in the right direction because the momentum works either way, right? So number one, first action, small win, right? Today I made some phone calls. I got a small win. I can move forward, right? Once I've got that small win, it was a confidence boost, right? Confidence is high now, ready to move forward, right? You took a trade today. You took a small trade, but you won. You took 5 small trades, but all of them were green. Oh, okay. Remember how I felt the other day when I made those 3 trades? I was the best trader in the world. I took a lot of confidence into the next day. But I also took with me the need to have to trade for money, which was, you know what I mean, the wrong thing to do, right? So I did not trade properly or consistently like I did that first day, right? So you got to clear your mind. Then once you have the confidence, you take the next action, which is maybe you paper trade, right? Maybe you get in there with some paper trading and get your confidence going consistently. Get yourself winning consistently with paper trading, or get your butt up in the morning and trade those smaller stocks and just do a couple of stocks if you want the real fill time, right? Because we all know paper trading fills time sucks, right? And it makes it seem easier than what it is. If you want to really learn with some small stocks and a small position size, right? And then the momentum builds from there, gang. You know, Bruno talked about that. He's been doing hot stock picks and he's been killing it in hot stock picks. He got in there. You heard him. We were talking about it at the end of the day. He sounds so versed in the L2 and the support and resistance levels. I mean, he has really hunkered down and really mastered that, right? And so have I. I've
Oh, yeah.
really learned how to do the L2, right?
Yeah, and he's gotten in some good ones.
Oh yeah, and gotten some good call outs in the morning to us, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, but if you don't know what to do with them, you're just gonna sit there and watch everybody else make money, right? So, all you got to do, get into a small position and listen to what you're being told. Watch the L2. Put your lines on the chart. That's all you have to do.
To be said though for just spending some time watching, listening,
Yep.
and talking with those who have and are, you know. But at some point you got to get off the porch.
You do. Yes, you do. You gotta put a little bit of skin in the game just to see what's happening, you know. But you don't put a shack leg in there. You dip a Danny DeVito toe, you know. So
Shack leg, high dive, all in. Let's go.
No, absolutely not. So why it works? Action beats overthinking every single time, right? So, and I've been pulling my hair out thinking how to get myself out of this situation, right? Well, today I just stopped thinking about it and just took some action. And the same thing holds true in trading. If you've been sitting there and you're watching, and you have been paper trading, well, take some action. You know, trust in yourself. Trust what you're learning is the right way to do it. And maybe go in the morning and buy yourself one share of something that's like a couple of bucks. And see what happens once you watch the screen and watch the candles, pay attention to what we're telling you, how things move and what they do, and start to pick it up. But you don't know if you don't take the action. Stop sitting there overthinking it. I remember Mustang Chris would be in here and he would talk about how he was overthinking stuff to a point where you create analysis paralysis, right? And you don't need that. So stop overthinking it and take some action in the right direction. The shift from stuck to moving, that's going to create a shift in your momentum, and you're no longer going to be stuck, and you're actually going to be moving in the right direction, right? You're going to stop consolidating. Dude, you're going to go from avoiding to solving, right? What are you scared of? Stop avoiding stuff. Just talk to us. Let us know what you need help with, right? If you're struggling, let us know. If you think you got it, then stop avoiding giving it a shot. Get yourself one or two shares of something. And none of this is investment or tax or financial advice. It's strictly educational and training purposes only, right? You have paper trading accounts. Use them.
Yeah, and that's something I've noticed here lately, you know, especially since the influx of more members, we're starting to get some new voices, which is great, but
Yeah.
it's still It baffles me. At the same time, I kind of understand. There's a whole lot more people in the group that we never hear anything from.
Yeah.
I just I don't know how to express more involvement will help you.
We plead with them, you
Yeah.
know. We plead with them. Please talk to us. Let us know what's going on. That's the only way we're going to know,
Yep.
you know. If you took the time and spent the money, and this is something Coach is always saying, you're paying for the education. Get the most out of it, you know. Get the most out of it. Don't sit there and have spent the money and then leave and you failed at it. 95% of people fail in this game, right? It is not easy. But on the other side of it, if you can get it and you're in the right place to get it, because the learning in here is so simple and it's like no other training out there. So you're in the right place to get it. And once you do, I mean, the sky's the limit. It really is. So it's worth being in here if you paid the money and worth following the rules and doing it the right way. Because if you don't, then you're going to blame coach. You're going to blame, oh, that doesn't work. When really it was you not being disciplined and following the rules that caused it not to work, not the training, right? So,
Well, I don't know how to say this without being harsh, but sometimes you just got to be harsh. It's
yeah,
like something I've always said. You come over to my house, if you leave hungry, that's on you. Because there's always plenty. Even when I don't have anything, there's always plenty. You don't leave my house on an empty stomach. If you do, it's your fault.
yeah,
That being
yeah,
said, if you come in here, and especially if you've paid to be in here, and you fail or you walk away, quit, that's on you.
yeah.
I mean, I hate to be mean about it, but that's just
It is
there's
what it
too
is.
many resources and too many people in here more than willing to help, especially people that really have no need to be here. They're here out of the kindness of their heart because it's something they enjoy and believe in, and you want to pay for it, but don't take full advantage of it. I mean, at some point, you got to look at yourself,
That's right. Why waste it?
right?
You know, why waste it? And, you know, it's just that I mean, that's a shame. There are so many people that have come and gone in this group that have done very, very well for themselves. And just like there's a lot of people that aren't saying anything when they're struggling, there's a whole lot of people like that are coming out of the woodwork that are almost millionaires that we didn't even know existed,
Yeah.
that are making tons of money learning, but they don't, feel comfortable speaking up in the group. So there's a lot of people who are being successful, but there's a lot of people who are not. And there's no need for it when there's a wealth of people in here to help you. Right. So,
Well, I suppose I should add, I understand life happens.
yep.
I mean, that's life. It's going to happen. So if you got to take a break or you're gone for a little while and things change, that's one thing. But if you're going to show up every day and be here every day and you've paid for the services every day and you just don't want to put forth any effort, you're just waiting for it to magically fall in your lap. That's the one I'm kind of, I don't understand.
That is, I mean, I don't get it either, James. It's like, why keep struggling? Maria, Mustang Chris, what's up? I see you guys. Michael Anthony, SDJT has 2 billion Bitcoin over. Got you. Pebbles, what's up, Pebbles? Kevin Stellings, what's up? Welcome. All right, way to go. Going from a premium to diamond membership, overwhelming. Chad H. It's funny too. From overwhelming to empowered. Welcome to being empowered, because you will soon be empowered. Trump Media Technology Group has accumulated. Yeah, I know. Trump is just like trying to take over Bitcoin, right?
And Miss Kelly,
Yeah,
you've
what's
been
going
killing
on
it
with
with them IPOs.
huh? What'd you say?
I said Miss Callie's been killing it with them IPOs.
I know, I've been hearing. Good job, Callie.
Yeah.
Way to go, honey. And she's always so forthcoming and sharing it and making sure the IPO center is kept up to date and jumping in there when she can and letting us know when something's running. So we love you and we appreciate you for that. Thank you for that. You deserve to be killing it on there, girl.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I can find them and get them posted, but keeping up with them when they go live and all that,
Yep.
I'm doing
Callie's
other
on it.
things. Look for yourself.
Yeah.
Callie stays on top of that, though. She'll let us know.
Callie is on it.
It's live.
Yep. Callie is on it. Chad H. saying Maria is his guardian angel. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, just don't piss her off, Chad. She ain't got a problem. She's got boots to spare.
That is awesome.
Sometimes you need it, though.
You do. You really do.
Not me, but sometimes someone. I know I'm gonna get a boot for that.
Yep, you're gonna get a boot. I do not know how to get out of a green trade. I'm just stupid. No, you're just greedy, Pebbles. You're not stupid. You're being greedy. You're wanting more and more to come in, and you're thinking, okay, well, it's maybe it's not done paying me yet. You know what I mean? Take it, right? Go or shed at least and take some of your profit, like Coach teaches us to do. Shed 50%. It's not that you're stupid. It's just that greed kicks in. Not that you're like thirsty, greedy. It's just a natural human reaction when you see that you're winning to stay there and continue to try to collect more, right? Like, why wouldn't you, right? Yeah. So
boy, I'm up $10. Ooh, there's 15. You know what? I bet I can get 20 out of it. It hits 19 and it drops down your 40 in the hole.
Yep.
So
this market is not designed to pay you.
Right? What I did, I went through the same thing of what I did, and not financial tax or investment advice, but like Palm said, Palm started, get in, get green, get out. I started with small positions, and the second I saw that it was green and holding, I took it. So I've had many a days where my profit was 50 cents.
Yep.
I've had days where it was 10 cents. I've had days where it was $10. I've had days where it was 2 cents. But by God, it was green.
Yeah.
And build off that and learning the process. Because that's the other problem is you're focused on the profit.
That's it.
Don't worry about the dollar amount. Just get the green, get out, follow the process.
So from stuck to moving, and the momentum shift not only works in trading decisions, but it works in life problems. It works in health goals. It works in everything, right? And trading is just one facet of that, right? So if you guys get that momentum shift, you shift it in your brain that you are going to win. You're going to follow the rules. You're going to go in with small position sizes and get one small win after another, even if it's 10 cents. Jimmy used to make 6-cent trades all the time, right? Get good at making 6 cents worth of trade. Get that process down where your goal is to get in, get 6 cents, and get out. And then just increase your position size from there. That could be your only strategy, right? Because that's all Jimmy did.
Yep.
6 cents. 6 cents. And right now I got 1 share, but I'm making 6 cents on it. Oh, now that 6 cents is added up to X, Y, and Z. Now I can get 2 shares. 6 cents. Well, one day you're going to get to where you can get 1,000 shares or 100 shares. And a 6 cent move is going to make you $600, not 6 cents. So get good at making the small moves. Just get green and take it.
And yes, Pebbles, you can be greedy at $2 because your mind just inherently starts thinking, well, if it's $2, then it can be 5, then it can be 10, then it could be 20. If I get out now, I'll give all that up.
Yep.
Take the $2. Hell, take the $1.50.
Right. Take it.
Get the green.
Take it, damn it. So I've been transparent. James has been transparent. Everybody's been transparent, but it's your turn down in the chat. What is one thing, right, that you were stuck in, and what's one action that you guys can take to move yourself forward? Let me get a couple people down there in the chat. What's one thing that you're stuck in and one action that you can take to move yourself forward? Kenzie, I'm still taking the week off, but next week will be there better than ever. Yep, studying. Hey, listen, sometimes you got to take that time off, right? Get away from it. That helps. He says he wants to thank everyone for the talk on Friday. Taking the week off. Yep. That's all you got to do sometimes, right? Oh, that CEO training is a bomb, right, Chad?
I don't know about nice, Eminem. You out there chasing bears away from the trash can. She said, I'm nothing but nice, unlike someone.
Vegan Knowledge, what's up, sweetheart?
When did she sneak in? I missed her.
Just now, a little while ago.
Oh, did she tell you that Mark said she's his favorite?
Yeah, she sure did. Tonight's challenge, take one action on something that you have been avoiding, right? Start your momentum tonight, gang. Take one action on something that you've been avoiding. I want you guys to do that. And that way you can let us know about it later this week. How did that work out for you? Because I'm going to check back with you. Okay, so remember this. Momentum starts with one decision to act. That's it. One decision to act. All you got to do is make the decision. I'm going to move forward and things are going to work out. Just claim it, man. You know, stop claiming the loss. Stop claiming the lack. Claim that I'm going to move forward and I'm going to make this work. I'm still here, right? I'm still 6 feet above ground, right? Or whatever, not 6 feet under, right? And I'm moving forward in the right way. Just make the decision and take action. And thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate you all so much. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So, yeah, you know what I mean? That's all we got to do, gang. Just make the decision, move forward, get that momentum started. Start with those small position sizes. And I'm talking about not just trading, anything in life that you want to move forward with. Take those small steps, you know, eat that apple one bite at a time, right? That's the only way to get it done. Don't stop avoiding it. Just get started, move, take action, and get yourself unstuck.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know about one bite at a time. I like mine sliced and then cooked in some butter with some cinnamon,
Ew,
sugar.
sliced and cooked in some butter. I love it, sliced. Um, aside from James' comment, what else we got going on down there? Everybody good? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up with Coach's rules. James, thank you so much for all your insights tonight, baby, and always being such a big part of the show. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I try. I try to just share and be transparent, let everybody know you're not alone going through what you're going through. There's others of us that are going through it too, but we're going to help each other get through it and get out of it and move on and up and be a successful story that Coach can be proud of. And of course, we can be proud of ourselves first, right? So,
Definitely.
yep. So, all right, gang, I'm going to go ahead and hit the Callie, thank you for being up here, baby. And once again, thank you for always being on top of the IPOs and making sure we get our rightful dough.
Ken
Love your
C
face.
says, I need to learn how to let go of a losing trade even if I'm out of buying power.
That's it. So that is your challenge, right? That is your challenge. To let the runners run, but when it's losing and it's going against you, set that stop loss in there. Don't even take the emotion out of it. Set the stop loss. Let that be your training wheels, and that way you don't have a choice. The stop is going to stop you out.
Well, and that's something that it took me a little bit. You know, I'm not the brightest crayon in the box, so it took me a little time to process. But like Mark says every morning, do you know what your 1 to 3% is?
Yep.
Okay, so you get 2-minute EWO, you want your stop, 25 to 40%. So you can set your stop there. That's more than likely going to be more than your 1 to 3%, but you need to give it room to breathe, to work. But if you see it's pulling against you and it hits that 3%, you know what that number is. Cut it loose.
Yep.
Cut it loose. And that's what I started doing. That's how I went from having $400 or $500 losses to a $20 red trade. And $20 is right at 1% of my account, so I can go back in and the next trade I get in at the right time and I make $60. So I'm up 2% of my account. Just for an example, just numbers.
Yep. And they add up. They add up real quick.
Up. Compounding.
Right.
But,
so I wanna see some success stories coming in here tomorrow afternoon talking about, hey, I took action and I made it work. It doesn't even have to be about trading. Tell us about something that you took action on and you move forward with some good momentum, right? Let's get it started. Let's get it started and build this confidence up, right? So we can start winning on a regular, consistent basis. So I love your faces. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, if you have not joined crypto, they have the Zoom tonight at 7:15. Don't forget to stop over there and listen in and get yourself some learning. It is a very, very valuable class, and Chris and Bucko do a wonderful job in there. So go check that out at 7:15 tonight. Again, it is a free trial, and it renews at $50 a month if you decide to keep that membership and stay in there. Also, go to americandreamtrading.com to get signed up for crypto or any membership, the futures or the premium membership. And I think we still have diamond memberships for 5K, don't we?
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. Get the diamond. That gives you all the memberships and you don't have to pay any more monthly fees ever. So the diamond is the smartest thing to do if you have the wherewithal to take care of it. You get all of them, right? No more renewal rates, nothing. Just straight $5,000, you're done. Any future memberships that come up, you already will have access to them with the diamond membership. So everybody have a good night. Love your faces. I will see you 6 a.m. sharp tomorrow. Doug will be in there at 4, but I'll be in there at 6. And I know Maria comes in early. James will be in there. We'll all be in there. Callie will be in there. Everybody will be in there. F2 will be in there. See ya! James, have a good night, man.
Night all.
Night, everybody.
guys remember all the rules. You must follow all of them. Not some. You don't get to sprinkle in your own and leave mine out. You must follow all the rules. Always have a stop loss in each and every trade. If you're a new trader, make sure you are simulate trading only using a paper account. I don't want anybody losing their money while you are in training. Make sure you guys are using small position sizes. This will allow you to let those runners run and stop out the losers. Again, stops on every trade, regardless of shares, options, futures, or crypto. Make sure you guys are journaling every single day. It's one of the most important pieces of what we do on top of the risk management, so that you can help assess what you are doing and make the changes that you need to do. Don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day if you're a new trader. And if you are an experienced trader, please be careful the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the trading day.
I was stuck in the cycle, just spinning my wheels, chasing time, losing sleep, forgetting how to feel. Dreams collecting dust on a shelf in my mind, till I found a spark, a way to realign. Not just numbers, charts, or lines on a screen. It was a mirror that showed who I could be. American dream training, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I can rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. Used to think I missed my chance, too late to change, but you showed me growth lies outside the cage. Now I'm building something real, not just getting by. Flipping setbacks into fuel, reaching for the sky. You said mindset first, and now I see. Success starts with who you believe you can be. American dream trading, you opened the door, gave me the tools, now I'm asking for more. No more waiting for life to decide. You gave me the pen so I could rewrite. From fear to focus, from doubt to drive, I found my strength, now I'm alive. You didn't just teach me to trade, you helped me rewrite my life. It's not about luck, it's learning to lead, turning every loss into a seed. Now I grow with every rise and fall, standing tall, no dreams too small. American dream being traded, you show me the way, turn my dark into light, my night into day. Now I'm writing my future in my own hand, with purpose, with power, with a brand new plan. From stuck to soaring, from fear to flight, you helped me rewrite my life. Yeah, I'm trading more than stocks, I'm trading pain for pride. Thanks to the dream, now rewrite my life.